be uncomfortable and like you're in the right place.
Right.
So I swallowed that. And I remember I'd wake up, I was like, I don't like this feeling. This feeling stinks, but I'm just going to suck it up and I'm going to do it. Like, I'm just going to continue to do the thing that I don't like doing.
So you eventually left CoStar to get into real estate, right? What was some of the harder aspects of leaving a corporate environment and working for yourself?
Everything was so hard. Like, now you know my story. So I was school, good grades, public school. You're in an environment where you're just taught to just do what's in front of you, right? And not really think outside the box. My school was great. I had AP credits, good grades, like educated, but there was that extra factor, which is actually what Carlos is, how he thinks first. I had to untrain myself to do that. So coming from these jobs that I had been with for so long, and everything I had to do was always in front of me. I always had the SOPs in front of me. I've always had the trainers in front of me. I've always had the help in front of me. I've always had, somebody, I would do the hiring and the firing, but the ads, all those things were in place, right? And it was super valuable because when you look at it with a different set of eyes, you can see how much you've learned and you can take from that experience. Yeah. But in the moment, I didn't know I needed to do that. I was just like, what is this? Like, I came in and then Carlos was like, all right, so you're gonna call wholesalers. And I was like, what? I was like, okay. I lasted like a week just on the phones. And again, like the structure that I had was not there. And it was really hard for us. We're married, but like working together with nothing really laid out and trying to figure it out. How
did you make those first steps? Because I would assume like you obviously come from this large structure where you have all these SOPs and policies and processes and everything like that. Then you go to nothing. A lot of people, again, would have that paralysis and just kind of sit there and be like, well, I don't really, like, no matter how hard you work, some people can't get it through their mind of like, what's the first step? Like, what do you have to, and obviously there's some sort of action that you have to take, whether wrong or right. Like if it's a wrong action, you at least learn from it. Like you can't just sit still. So how did you get past that roadblock of just having nothing in front of you and having to figure out how to build that structure? How did you approach that?
I honestly looked at going back to work as a failure, not because working for anybody or a corporate office is a failure, a good thing, but because I knew I didn't push myself. So I was like, if I go back to that, I failed. And there's my, I guess, competitive side that doesn't really come out, but I was like, I can't, like, I've come this far. And then I don't even remember where I heard it, but it was the most commonly thing that you hear of in the entrepreneur world is be uncomfortable and like you're in the right place. So I swallowed that. And I remember I'd wake up, I was like, I don't like this feeling. This feeling stinks, but I'm just going to suck it up and I'm going to do it. Like, I'm just going to continue to do the thing that I don't like doing. And eventually with time, because I literally just took that and put it in the back of my head of how much like I didn't like it or how lost I was, and I started doing things, then very quickly I started seeing like the results, the aftermath of.
And that helps a lot.
Yes.
Like it helps with your confidence. And everything.
But really it's all mental.